Welcome back, everyone. It's that time of the month again. I'm going to close out the month of February and going to walk everyone through my February budget. So, hope you guys are doing very good this month with your goals. You guys crushed it. So, let's get started. We'll do like we do every month. I'll just close these out just so it's simple and we can go through month by category to go through everything. That way it's not as overwhelming. All right, so let's get started. So first and foremost, let me start by saying I did have a big boost of income that came in this month. I had majority of it came from my salary. Some came from I had income tax money come back, and then I ended up picking up some extra freelance work that came in, and then I just got a unexpected bonus as well. So it was a really good income month for me. So I was able to put a big portion of my debt this month, a big portion of that towards my debt. So let's jump right into the categories and get started. Oh, yeah, let me just recap. So as you guys can see, I had about 14,079. If this is your first time joining me or being on, I don't want to go into specifics of how much I make just because I may have people that I work with that see this. So I can't, just to cover my bases, I can't go into exactly like my salary. So I know I mentioned in previous ones that I was going to give a breakdown of the income that I have coming in from my side hustle. I'll do that, get around to that this month, just so you guys can see, just to get an idea of how much of that is coming in from extra money. All right, cool. So let's get started. So let's start with monthly bills. So again, if it's your first time joining me, just a disclaimer, you guys noticed that there's no rent or mortgage. As I mentioned in earlier videos, I have me and my partner doing this together. She's currently doesn't have any debt. So our agreement this year, in order for me to reach my goal to knock out the $70,000 that I want to pay off this year in 12 months, that she would help by covering majority of the living expenses. I am covering some, but she would cover majority of it being our mortgage for our condo here. So this will be blank, just to give a disclaimer there. All right, so let's get started. So this month for monthly bills, so my phone bill is $114.26. That's what I budgeted, so I was good there. Didn't go over there. Internet and cable, $157.08. I still want to look at both of these two bills to see maybe if there's a possibility for me to get them lower. It's not really pressing at the moment, but it's something that I want to explore and look at possibly getting that lower, especially when I'm paying down my debt. May just get rid of cable altogether, but this is internet and cable, so just need to do the pros and cons of that. AT&T Digital Life, that is the security system. Budgeted 70. There was some like 60 cents left over from last month, so 70.35 is the bill. So I'm still good in that category. Life insurance is just my term life insurance. It's the same every month, $14.62. Good there. Medical and dental. I do cover my medical and dental insurance. I do get a small reimbursement as well from my job to help cover that. So I budgeted 301, 287.71 came out. It was something weird with this will even out with my dental. I think I paid ahead a month, so that's why it came out a little weird with how much I paid, or I had an issue with paying it. So this will next month's budget. This will all equal out the same with there. So 301, so good there with that budget. Car insurance, $85.55 is what I budgeted, so we're good there. Didn't go over there. And then Spotify, I share an account with my partner. I think it's just cheaper if we both share an account. You can add on people, so that's there. $21.33 with Spotify. I also think there's another transaction here with Google and Apple. Apple is just my backup for my phone, and Google is just, I have a Google Gmail account, so I pay $211 there just to have extra storage space to store all of my documents and pictures. And then there's Buffer. This is just a automation app for social posting. So I use that. It's definitely worth $15 to help me schedule and automate posts for social media. So monthly bills, I'm good in that category. Let's move to the next one. Debt. So I had 283. This is towards my car. We're good there in that category. 395 is what I originally budgeted here for this student loan. I paid it before the actual bill was updated and due, so I was off by $1.79. So I still have that amount outstanding, so I went back and paid it later in the month. So I did go over about $2 here, well, $1.79 here in this category, but I'll have it roll over to next month and have it equal out. The federal loan, 168 here. That's what I pay monthly, the minimum, so we're good there. And then Ed Financial 206. That is the last of my student loans or debt payments that I'm paying. That's the same every month, so good there. Now let's jump into debt payoff. As I mentioned earlier, I had a big amount of, a little bit higher than normal income coming this month. So I put a lot of that towards my debt. So I was able to make about $10,000 towards one of my student loans. And I think, actually, that was my highest loan amount. I started from the largest loan, doing the avalanche and going down to the smallest. So I may adjust that later on. I do want to touch on that. I do kind of see why people prefer to do the snowball, or people recommend to do snowball, because when you have a big loan and you're making big payments, it does kind of, even though I made a big amount, it does make it kind of hard to see the traction or the progress that you're making. It's just, you don't get that instant gratification of just paying off a loan. So I did make a big amount, but it still felt like, oh, okay, I made this big payment, but I still have the loan. I didn't quite pay it off. But that, I can touch on more of that later. I will be paying off. That did make a big chunk in that debt. So I think this month I'll actually be able to pay that one off completely. I'll do a separate video for that to go through and show me paying it off. I just need to finalize the numbers for my March budget, which I will be doing probably later this afternoon or later tonight. All right, so 10,000 went there. Let's go into monthly expenses, groceries. Again, my partner covers that, so it's just kind of lumped in with one of the expenses she covers. I cover fuel, so I think I budgeted 75. I spent 96.20. I had some money left over from the previous month, so a little bit higher in spending here on fuel. So I may look at readjusting that next month. I think I'll be fine because I have a cushion, so I may just leave it at 75. We'll see. Spending money, 175. I spent 233. I did have like an extra like 30 that went to this that didn't quite show in the budget, or that rolled over from last month. So I did go over here. The reason being, there was some unexpected things I had to get, like just like stuff you need, like toothpaste and body wash and stuff like that I just didn't project in here. So I went a little bit over. And then I also did some traveling this month too, which was a trip that I mentioned. We took a 10-day trip to Hawaii earlier this month. Well, actually, I just got back this past weekend. But this is a trip that was already paid for like early last year. Around August, July, August, we had planned this trip, and it was already paid for before I started my aggressive plan in January. So I did go a little bit over there. Between those factors, that factored into me going over a little bit over my spending money. But that's fine. I should be fine. I'm going to budget 175, and I'm going to stick to it. So should be good there. Haircut. I had some left over from last month. I budgeted 90. I spent 95. I got something done a little extra, I think like a shave, one of the months before, the week before I left for Hawaii, because it just made it easier because I knew I wouldn't be able to shave there, and I was just running late on time. So I had some left over from last month, so it didn't really affect this category. So $29.95 that I have left over there. This $32.71, I'm just going to roll it over into next month. I could just go in and budget and adjust, but I'm just going to let it roll over. Both of these amounts just roll over into next month. So I'll take a little bit away from my debt that I'm going to pay. I'll still be able to make a big chunk though. Vitamins and health. I had budget there. I needed to buy some more protein, so I put more here. So I had some money in there as well. So I still got about $2 left in that category, so we're good there. Clothes, I paid $10. I got 50 there. Didn't spend anything on clothes, so we're good there. All right, rainy days, predictable. We just did that when we close monthly expenses out. Unpredictable. So this right here was unexpected. This is from some prior checkups. I had about 6 years ago, 7 years now, I had surgery on my ACL. So I went and got some checkups done back in August and October, November of last year, just to make sure that everything was good. I was having some issues and having pain there. So this is just a late bill that I guess they sent out to me from going to check in. So this was just outstanding. So I took care of that this month because it came in. So $53.90. So I'll need to budget for that for next month. I'll need to cover this category. So things happen. So it's just one of those things where you just roll with the punches. Travel. I budgeted $1,800 for travel because I knew that I had another trip, a wedding of a buddy of mine. He's actually having a bachelor party this month. Well, sorry, March. And the wedding is in June. So I just wanted to budget early for that so I'm not caught off guard or anything unexpected and it throws off my budget or my goal of being debt free. So I put $1,800 since I had a big surplus come in towards that. So I may have to put a little bit more there just to cover like clothing and any other miscellaneous travel expenses there. But I have this there just so I can start saving early and I'm not caught off guard here. I did buy my plane ticket for my trip for the bachelor party this month. So that's already in there. So, and there was a little bit from the trip in Hawaii, just like we didn't factor in getting to the airport and back from the airport. So that added a little extra in there as well. And let's see here. That is it pretty much for the February budget. So that is my monthly budget, closing out the budget for February. So thank you guys again for joining. Again, I will do more videos this month. I'll go into, I'll do a separate video where I go through and show just my debt breakdown and just a breakdown of each loan so you guys can see how I'm progressing and how I'm doing. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. That is my February budget. Have a good one.